Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Unibet European Darts Championship, coming to you from Germany. Time to meet the players. Ladies and gentlemen, a UK Open quarter-finalist, smudger R.Smith. Ladies and gentlemen, time to meet the world #1, a 4-time European champion and the reigning 3-time champion of the world, mighty Michael and Gerwen.
Well, these two have met 4 times previously. Michael's won all of them. The odds are stacked against Ross, but they are playing over that short distance, so you just never know. Chris Mason has legged it back to the commentary box, and he's alongside John Rawling.
And talking about odds, Michael van Gerwen, before this tournament began, was quoted as 6-4 against to win the title. Now, I'm not a big one for backing favourites, but that looked like a tempting little investment.
Actually,
30 years old, and I think not many people would logically pick against him.
well, best price I found, JR, was 13-8, which was extremely tempting, considering his form of late and how buoyed he was from that Champions League of Darts victory a short while ago.
R.Smith played Michael van Gerwen earlier this year in Wigan in a Players' Championship. Van Gerwen won 6-4 on that occasion.
Yeah, R.Smith is not to be underestimated. He was a very talented youth player, played at Lakeside, and he was one on my radar, but fell out of love with the game, walked away, has come back, fitter, healthier, mentally strong version.
Quarterfinals of the UK Open this year, twice reached the last 16 of European events, and comes into this ranked joint 31st, just squeaking in. Michael van Gerwen, of course, seeded 1, and coming in on the back of that Champions League victory last weekend. World Grand Prix, New Zealand Masters, Melbourne Masters, Premier League, and goodness knows how many as well besides that, including 4 European wins plus 3 finals. It's not been too shabby, has it? Oh, and £2 million.
Yeah, wouldn't mind being a million quid behind him, that's for sure. He continues to, obviously he's the best dart player in the world, but he continues to show vulnerabilities at times when he just doesn't seem to be quite at it. And then all of a sudden, he just sort of goes away and thinks, okay lads, you've had your fun, but it's time for me to start switching it back on again. And during this period, this appears to be exactly what he's doing.
Well, that was as good as the maximum, and puts him straight up with an opportunity of a 12-dart leg, and maybe, well, I suppose technically he could get an 11-dart leg and potentially the break of throw.
81.
Challenge Tour winner 4 times in 2013, R.Smith. Still a chance here. Not now. So opportunity at 1-2-4 for Smith to hold throw. And he's going to find himself in this position a lot in this match.
Oh, good
Double 11,
dart.
risky.
Double 11 then for 124. Beautiful. Well, that's going to make him feel a little bit better, isn't it? He had to really pull it out of the fire, but he got the.
Well, he's going to get outscored, John. So he's going to find himself, you know, on those numbers with great regularity. If he's in the mood to start slotting them out, we may have a game on our hands.
Smudger from Chatham.
Yeah, a quarter-finalist at Lakeside way back in 2011. Made the PDC Worlds last year and in 2014. Like I said, there's been that big gap where he decided he just fell out of love with the game. But he's got a beautiful action.
60.
A little bit too much movement upon release.
George Noble, our referee for this one, who we saw momentarily there, close up. There he is.
The puppy.
Hush.
57. Michael 170.
Well, is he going to go for it? I think not, no. Just time on his side anyway. I don't think he'd have gone for it even if he got 2 treble 20s.
Beautiful setup. 36.
Just averaging 113 at the moment.
1-0 down.
Oh, that's handy.
Just in case.
I don't think he's going to miss this.
No, neither do I.
Second leg, Michael Van Gerwen. Leg Ross to throw first.
Laboured in these commentary boxes for so long and watched him so many times, you kind of get a feeling.
Yeah, him and Taylor, seriously easy to commentate on. Look at this, back-to-back 180s. 180
well.
at the end of last leg.
Growing well.
Very.
93.
Puts R.Smith's average up to 111, nearly 112.
Yeah, I hope they're around that 4 or 5 legs time. Important last start.
Well, it'd be an upset of monumental proportions if R.Smith were to pull this off.
94.
And some.
13 to 8 interests you sufficiently to make you very interested?
A smallish investment.
45.
Let's hope it doesn't colour your commentary.
Absolutely not. You know me too well, John.
97.
R.Smith still with the advantage in this third leg. Remember, it's the race to 6.
Another one of those. May stay there. Oh, that's a brilliant setup shot. Leaves 58. Leaves him a two dart finish. Going to be under it.
Goodness me. Well, if you're watching and you don't enjoy this, I suspect you don't really enjoy darts. Tops. And there it is. A 14-dart leg, and he leads 2-1.
Well, he's certainly not phased, which is nice to see.
96.
You often see a player come up against Michael, and a bit of a boxing analogy, they freeze, John.
Playing beautifully right now. There's chance of him freezing.
Last 2 legs started both. Well, yeah, started both of them. 180.
And it's a pace which seems to suit Smith. That's a great response from
They're suiting both, aren't they?
MVG. Look at this, that's 4. That was a bit unlucky, only just the wrong side of the wire. Another beautiful visit. Van Gerwen averaging 117, and he's 2-1 down. Make that 118.
Well, naturally, the pressure is off when you're playing, Michael, because there's no real expectation. So you play with it a little bit more freedom until it comes to the nitty-gritty.
94, great first dart, tops. And in it goes, an 11-dart leg. What about that?
Well, now I don't mind talking about averages, because we're effectively coming to the last leg of a set if we were playing set play. But we've completed 4 legs. We're into the 5th leg. 119 exactly for MVG, 110.49 for R.Smith.
That is something pretty outstanding, and you get the feeling that R.Smith is really at the moment enjoying his moment in the sun.
Yeah.
It might be a reflected glare off that gleaming pate of Michael van Gerwen, but he's certainly not being intimidated.
His first opportunity here for Michael to punish him for a poor visit.
And he duly does precisely that.
Yeah,
Breaks
got the
on.
throw. Yeah, got the throw now.
Those of you who wondered whether Michael van Gerwen was going to ship up here and look as though he might have one of his vulnerable sort of tournaments, this is suggesting otherwise at the moment.
The winning machine, isn't he? You can tell, I mean, the passion he shows and the enjoyment after every title, whether it be a PDC Pro Tour event or a Euro Tour or one of the many TV titles he's lifted this year. You can genuinely see he just loves when it's not about the money, it's about the trophy.
I know people always talk up their players, but Jason Tame, his manager, I was speaking to him earlier on, and he said, you know, he has so much got this focus for this tournament. He really believed that he was going to turn it on this weekend.
Well, he's right.
Well, this is going to be for a break of throw shortly. R.Smith can do no more than try and pile on a bit of pressure. 1080 had certainly changed things. And it has, so 72 for the break.
That's his fourth, so treble 16 for double 12. Yep, 2 darts at double 12. Not a marker. Falls inside. Pressure of the 180, John. So this is for a holder throw. He would love to get 2 darts at a double. Treble 18, double 8. 20 double 16.
Double 16 then for the hold of throw.
Called badly. Flashed at that one.
A little bit of a nervy one. Double 6, break of throw. Great marker, and in it goes. That's the one he wanted, and you see the reaction. That's what it meant. Van Gerwen knows that that's the biggest moment of the match so far, and he leaves the stage leading 3-2. Big moment in the match so far, you know it. Look at the reaction from Michael van Gerwen, tournament favourite, and that was a key moment when he put that double in to get the break of throw. He knows he's ahead and he has his opponent where he wants him. We've already seen the defending champion James Wade go out. First time a defending champion's gone out in the first round in the European Championships, and it looks very much now as though the favourite is not going to follow on that course.
Yeah, that's the reaction of a guy that's had more titles than birthday parties. I mean, it really is ridiculous, the passion and intent he shows. And of course, last year he went out second round to Steve West. So yes, James Wade going out was a first. Didn't he go out emphatically? Great performance from Johnny Clayton.
It really was a tremendous performance.
Well, to put it into perspective, as good as MVG has been, he's averaging 108.38.
And what was Johnny's? About 112?
Oh, yeah, around there. Well, it was 112 at 5-0, and then he went out in 14 darts, so it would have, incredibly, you have a 14 dart, and it would have dropped a smidge.
Winner of this one in the next round will face Ricky Evans.
Well, we expected it to be Glenn Durrant, and of course that's tomorrow night. The players that played this evening's session will play their second round matches tomorrow evening. The conclusion of the first round tomorrow afternoon from 12 p.m.
140.
And he's away again. Smith needs minimum of a ton.
Well, 180 leaves tops. That'd be dreamy.
Yeah, well, it's a dream that isn't going to happen.
MVG
Another one of those would be handy.
MVG yet to hit the max, but he's at 171, 177.
Treble 18 for the bullseye. No.
56.
He didn't use the marker there to leave 32, so chance for Smith to break straight back. Got to be careful. Must be careful here. Don't want a deflection. He really made sure. All the way right now.
Slightly a blocker, isn't it? Oh,
Brilliant.
good dart. Terrific dart.
And the reaction told you everything you needed to know. What a dart that was. Had to move all the way across the hockey, right on the end to the far right.
He blocked half the bed, hadn't he?
He only had that side to aim at. Adjustments on the fly.
100.
More of the same needed. Well, having just about hung victory around the neck of MVG, suddenly it's very much game on.
Commentator's curse, alive and well.
It's my speciality.
Final match of the night, as you said.
43.
Darryl Gurney against William O'Connor. $135. Billet.
Fifth maximum.
This is quite the performance from R.Smith. Performance of his life so far.
55.
Is he just a little bit jittery as a result?
6 starts at 178, John, for a full 3 lead, and within 2.
Look at this. Come on, he says. Beautiful, perfect.
38.
Absolutely on fire.
Well, we really have got a game on now. Tops for 4-3 with the throw.
133. Rossi require 40.
Could be 358 and 7 darts. Can't afford them. They say he can't afford to go inside here. 1 dart, double 5. Support from his travelling friends.
140.
A nice quiet night if he wins this.
All he's got to do is just sort of prep himself for the next one, because 2 holds of throw and it's job done for Smith.
135.
Yeah, is that all?
Yeah.
Sounds easy, doesn't it?
Yeah, tell that to Gerwen Price and Peter Wright.
Peter
last
Wright, yeah.
150.
Peter will still be chuntering away about how he should have won that one.
week. Yeah, he'll be a better player. Just didn't win. He does it again for the second time.
71.
Well, he hasn't got a 180, but he's got 2 of those.
And a 177.
So effectively he's had 3 maximums, even though they don't show up on the stats. Okay, 15 for top, 6 darts to get it. 2 needed.
11 darter, just for good measure. So now this is the leg.
Best of 3.
Best of 3 against the best player in the world. Can't think of anything worse. Especially with his record when it goes to the deciding leg. He won 21 consecutive matches in deciding leg shootouts, which is just the most ridiculous stat. Ridiculous. Considering the percentage of them he was actually against the throw.
I guess that's what Taylor used to do. It's what MVG
well,
does.
What Taylor would very rarely, you'd get him to a last leg.
96.
That's the difference. Though it has to be said, the standard is also different now. Not necessarily at the high end. I'm basing that on overall. I think there was, 10 of us that maybe were capable of on our best night giving him a run. And nowadays there's probably 20, 25.
Well, MVG's literally pulled his socks up. Let's see what he does now.
We know what happens when he does that. It's usually an indication of something big coming in.
96.
Well,
Smith needs a
edges him in front.
2 treble visit minimum here, John, because he's going to be under huge pressure.
60.
This is MVG's
A
domain.
little bit of a twitch there. 6 darts from here for Van Gerwen.
Let off.
58.
That's a huge let off for Smith. Can't afford another visit without a treble.
Overcompensated coming downstairs.
59.
Just they dry up.
148.
The most frustrating thing. I mean, the guys hit 5 180s and 4 140s. Now can find a treble.
MVG does find a treble, but it's treble one.
I've seen Johnny Clayton slot this one out against James Wade in the last match. Can still do it. Treble 20 ball. Just can't find the red bit.
105 for the break of throw.
Oh, this has got MVG all over it, isn't it? Top
That's
stops.
25. And again.
Perfect marker.
85.
You can see the frustration. That was perfect. High in the bed, just had to follow it in. Plenty of room.
Almost exhibition darts from Van Gerwen.
19 darter. How bizarre.
And he's one leg away from the big upset. And he'll have the darts, even if Van Gerwen gets a 9-darter here.
Call it in, Johnny boy, call it in.
107 is averaging Van Gerwen, but losing the match. R.Smith on 99.
100.
I say it all the time. That timing in sport. VG's is impeccable.
140 would be handy here. Not to be.
Again, just use this one to relax and prep yourself for that last leg. If it comes about that you get a chance, grasp it. But just mentally prepare yourself for the 11th and final leg of the match.
He'd have loved to have had a 6th 180. Not threatening.
No point in having it in this one, John. Have it in the next one on throw.
6 darts at 88.
Went for double 18, double 16.
He went for the bull.
I mean, that is just
Bizarre.
well, a big score here, and he's thrown at 47 to stay in the match. He's putting himself under unnecessary pressure.
78.
So 15 double 16 for 5 all. Yes.
Here we go then.
Now we find out what R.Smith is about in this match. He's never beaten Michael Van Gerwen. Is this the moment?
All about the start. You cannot afford to come up dry in the opening 3 darts.
What was that deciding leg stat you had for Michael Van Gerwen?
21 consecutive last leg victories.
Is it going to be number 22? Great start.
Oh, it got broke, that one. I think Peter Wright was the man that eventually stopped that run. Oh dear.
54.
But as we've seen last weekend, he produced them back to back against Gerwen Price and against Peter Wright in the final.
58.
Well, that's not what he wanted.
Getting let off here, R.Smith. This is this vulnerability that has been evident the last 18 months, 2 years.
Bit of a blocker that first.
Oh dear.
96.
So 55 behind, 1 dart. We'll take care of that if it goes in the red bit. Starting downstairs.
Big deflection off the last dart.
This is where you want your 6th 180 of the match, R.Smith.
114 wouldn't be the worst.
Oh, absolutely.
Second best, would it?
Oh, would only need one treble in that combination if you can make that happen. Needs another one.
That's what he wanted. 114 it is.
Go on, Mystic Meg.
Well, he's in trouble here, Van Gerwen, potentially, but what a response.
138. Russia require 140.
For the
This
match.
is for the match. 114. Treble 20 he's looking at. Oh, he's gone the 18 route. Treble 20 for double 18. Now, can he do it? He can! Van Gerwen is out! R.Smith produces the performance of his life. What about that? His nerve held. Van Gerwen threw sublime darts at times, still averaged over 105, but lost. R.Smith has never had a bigger win than that. His fans will be celebrating. He has to put himself together and get ready for another match tomorrow night and peak again, but Van Gerwen is out, and you'd have got big odds against that.
Wow, we are stunned. R.Smith has knocked out mighty Michael van Gerwen, the reigning world champion, the 4-time European champion, the lowest seed in this tournament, number 32, beating the number 1 seed. 6-5 on the decider with a fabulous, fabulous performance. R.Smith from Deal in Kent is the real deal indeed. Well done, Ross. Well, these are the stats he may or may not care about. Mighty Mike averaging 105 in defeat, 98 for Ross. 5 180s for Ross, just the one for Michael, which is rather uncharacteristic from him. 75% on the checkout, 6 out of 8 for Ross. Let's hear from him now. The victor over Michael van Gerwen is talking to Ned Bolting.
Well, what a result. Michael van Gerwen out, and this man into the next round. We didn't see it coming. We'll hold our hands up, and perhaps the whole darting world will have underestimated you. Did you know you were about to do that?
No, I'll be honest, I didn't. But at the same time, you know, Michael's a fantastic player, and he's the best player in the world by a mile. But you know, I know what I can play, and the difference is if I play mentally wise, and you know, if I go up there and think that, oh, sorry.
No, I mean, you're trying to
put in shock like myself sitting away. But I know my game sort of thing, and I know what I can do. And it was just literally, don't play Michael today, just try and play the dartboard, and you know, it'll hopefully come through.
That's exactly what I was going to suggest to you. You weren't aware of him on the stage, weren't you? You were all about you and your game, and that's maybe what got you over the line, where other people kind of like crumble when he gets his nose in front.
Yeah, you know, you can't play him. It's as simple as that. In your head, you got to, because the minute you think you're a match-winning dart, and I've been practicing this for the last 2 weeks or so since since I knew the draw. And I thought to myself, you know, it is though, you know, and you think, you can't play Michael. If you play Michael, you'll lose, and it's a psychological thing. And, you know, I'm just happy that I played the board and sort of got over the finish line. And I know Michael didn't play his, he didn't play his A game by far, and I know Michael's a far better player than that. But, you know, I'll take that all day long. So
I'm sure you will. Many, many congratulations. We'll see you in action again tomorrow. Well done.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Cheers.
Psychology lesson for all of us there from R.Smith. And look at what it meant to him, knocking out mighty Michael van Gerwen. Be honest, did you give him a chance? Possibly so. Well,